Hey everybody, it's me, I'm Crap Gamer. I just wanted to give some quick input on what I thought about Microsoft's and the Bethesda big showcase and let everybody know kind of what I thought about it, because I think I might have a little bit different reaction than what some of you guys might think about it. Now, first of all, I want to say I did the show with Mooch and everybody over on Mooch's channel where we were talking about this stuff, and for the most part, I have to look at these things in a couple different aspects. First of all, I want to say that I realize that I'm not the only gamer out there, right? I'm not the only gamer. These type of shows aren't just for somebody like me. These type of shows are for everybody. These are shows that everybody can watch. These are shows that everybody should get something out of. And I feel like Microsoft did a good job in that aspect. If you were to ask me overall and say, oh, well, is Crap Gamer capping? I don't think I'm capping. I think that people don't realize that there's literally more than one type of gamer. Was I disappointed in some stuff personally? Absolutely. Was I also impressed with stuff? Absolutely. I thought they did a good job of doing a very varied piece of content, but I want to get into why I thought personally it was a little bit of a letdown as well. Now, first of all, clearly we were all waiting to see something from Starfield. Starfield, right? We wanted to see Starfield. Why not? We want to see how this game looks. This game is supposed to be the first big new game from Bethesda in a very long time. And, again, it looked great. They really closed off the show in a great way. They opened up with Redfall. I thought Redfall looked good too. I'm very interested in it. Looks like a cross between maybe a Borderlands type game and also a, I would say maybe a Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood type game. So yeah, thumbs up there. I think they did a good job. They actually impressed me with the gameplay there. I'm never going to be a big indie guy, right? Like, people got to know that about me. I don't, indies are okay. I think indies are fine. But for me personally, am I an indie guy that's going to be like, hey, there's a reason to own an Xbox or a Play? I don't care what system it is. I'm just not an indie guy. But I thought, they had some stuff that was going to be appealing. Again, this is one of those instances where I could sit there and say, hey, this isn't for me, but, again, I'm not everybody, and I have to understand that. And I think other people need to understand that too. Like, right after the show, I saw a lot of people, like, on social media and things like that go, well, Crap, it was a really bad show. It was terrible. I give it a D-, minus. And I'm thinking, well, look at Jeff Keighley's Twitter, right, where he has people vote, and that's probably a big sample size, thousands and thousands of people. And overall, they said that, the game itself, the game show itself was between an A and a B. 72% of people said that. So it's good to keep it in perspective. If you're going to ask a PlayStation fan, hey, PlayStation fan, what do you think about this? They're probably not going to like it. That's just going to be the fact of the matter. If you ask an Xbox fan, they probably enjoyed it a lot more. There was a lot of things there to be kind of excited about. The thing that I would say maybe kind of annoys me a little bit is the fact that they focus mainly on games that are coming within the next 12 months. And it does leave a larger question of what's going on with some of the other stuff, right? Like, what's going on with some of the other stuff like Avowed, with Contraband, what's going on with these games that, we all haven't seen anything from, but were announced a while ago. Hellblade 2 was announced in 2019, and we still don't see anything from it, right? So I think that, you might start to get a little bit more credence that there is something maybe a little bit wrong with what's going on with the some of these teams, right? And do I know for sure what's going on? No, I don't. But overall, I thought it was a decent showcase, a pretty good showcase. I give it a B-. So stuff that you get this year, Naruka, Blade Point, The Elder Scrolls Online High Isle, which is like a DLC or whatever. DLC. As Dusk Falls. This is like the third time they've showed this game. I think it was announced a couple years ago. Now this looks good and I'm interested in it. Forza Horizon Hot Wheels. Oh yes. I can't believe we're getting another Hot Wheels thing. Love it. They talked about Sea of Thieves again. What's odd about the Forza Horizon Hot Wheels thing is it's not in Game Pass. Does that strike anyone else as just a little bit crazy? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But, again, this is really cool to see this happen. They've announced so many things. Plague Tale Requiem, that's going to be in Game Pass. Somerville, Game Pass. Valheim, Game Pass. I think that might be PC only. You're also going to have Grounded officially releasing, Warhammer 4000 Darktide, Frontier, Fallout 76, The Pit. You're also going to have stuff like Overwatch 2. That doesn't say Game Pass. So again, that probably will come to Game Pass at some point. I have a feeling that Microsoft is going to be doing a lot of Game Passing it when, when stuff comes into play, actually when Activision is bought. So this is something that I feel like they're probably going to do a little bit differently than some of these other places. But yeah, I love the fact that they've kind of put this in there, and they're going to be able to have these games just go into Game Pass at some point. Right now, nothing. It's not in there. Where is it? I couldn't tell you, but it ain't going to be in Game Pass. So, that's unfortunate because they get everybody expecting this stuff in Game Pass. I'll tell you the part where it really slowed down for me was this game called Pentiment, which just in 2022, I'm kind of like scratching my head on this game. I know not everything is for me, but if that game's for you, please, by all means, please let me know. Who is this game for? I would love to know. Flight simulator stuff. Actually, I've never played Flight Simulator, but being able to use the Halo Pelican in there is very tempting. So, again, I feel like they've done kind of an interesting thing there as far as that's concerned. But again, if I'm looking at some of the stuff that was announced, Contraband, we've seen nothing from it. Now, Avowed, no gameplay. Fable, no gameplay. Hellblade 2, where is it at? Indiana Jones, Wolfenstein, is that something? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? I don't know. Is it? Who would know? Like, that's the thing that I would ask. Hello Neighbor 2, but these aren't like exclusive stuff. And then, of course, I think Diablo 4 looked incredible. But at the same time, that's, again, it doesn't say it's in Game Pass. I'm sure it probably will be if they actually end up releasing this after the purchase is made. Forza Motorsport. Now, let me tell you this real quick. Forza Motorsport looked like what I believe a next-gen racing game should look like. Ray tracing, all the bells and whistles. Whoo, doggy. I'm telling you what, it's crazy the way that they've done this. Now, will they be able to kind of capitalize on it? I think the biggest thing that we got from this is we're not going to put this game on Xbox One. There was those rumors, we're going to see this on Xbox One. No, doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Thank goodness. I think, it should be when we're getting some of these games coming to Xbox after a certain amount of time, I think that it makes sense that they're not on the Xbox One. So I'm excited for that. I thought they did a good job with that. Let's see, Stalker 2, that got delayed till next year. Cocoon, let's see, Erebon Shadow Legacy actually looked pretty good. But again, that's not going to be till next year. I think some of the PC stuff like League of Legends, Wild Rift, Valorant, these are PC games that are going into Game Pass. I think they're making a heavy play for the PC stuff, and I can't say I blame them. You want to kind of expand a little bit there. You want to get people involved with what you're doing. Overall, though, I have to say, if you were looking for like some big announcement, some megatons, they didn't really give them to us. And that's a little bit unfortunate. I really wish we would have got those. Like, a lot of the time I spent like this. A lot of time I spent, taking a sip of some vodka or something because I felt like it was a little bit of a lackluster show. But overall, folks, I think, how can you not say it's at least a B? All the different games, the varied games that we've seen, I think it definitely belongs to be like a B. It's like a B show. I could understand if somebody wanted to give it like a C+ or something. I ain't gonna fight you on it. But I still think that it was a very good show. And for what Microsoft had for the next year, I think that that's something that, obviously they're going to have to continue to work better on, is to get these games out and let us see some actual gameplay of some of the stuff that they've already announced like 3 years ago. Like, people are going to get tired of waiting. So I'm not going to say wait till next year, but I just feel like overall what Microsoft is doing is kind of, setting some of their fans up for a little bit of failure there, where you've got to sit there and go, I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more than that, but still at the same time, I think that they did a pretty damn decent show. Was it the best E3 ever? No. Was it even better than last year's? You know what? Listen, I think we could make a argument that it wasn't, or you could make an argument that it was. I don't know. Listen, it really kind of comes down to the person, but this was very interesting E3 to say the least, and I think still Microsoft kind of did a decent job with it. Like I said, Starfield looks like it is going to be everything and then some. It's going to be that big game that we've been really wanting to see, and I am so excited for this. I can't wait to see what they come out with. You know, it looks like it's going to be amazing. It looks like it's going to be into that Game of the Year stratosphere that we've all been waiting for. But again, where was like the GoldenEye surprise drop? Where were the big third-party drops for Game Pass day and date later this year? There's a case for that. You know, I can understand why people would say, hey, you know, that's okay, but, you know, maybe I'll resubscribe to Game Pass next year, right? I'm locked in for years, but I'm not everybody, so I understand why people might unsubscribe and then subscribe next year. I'm going to keep mine. Look, I can't pause it. I'm going to keep using it. So, I don't know. I give it a B minus. What do you give it? Let me know. Rack them up. Fact them up. Crap gamer them up. Crap gamer out.